Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Studio 28. My name is Scott Anderson, and we are sitting with a friend of mine. Not only a friend, but a very smart entrepreneur, businesswoman, mother, aunt, sister, you name it. Her name is Annalee Oakley, and she's the inventor of She's the inventor and creator of Chatty Snaps. ChattySnaps.com. Welcome, Annalee.
Thank you, Scott.
How are you today?
All right.
We shouldn't start with how are you today. I know how you are. You're always smiling. This woman's always smiling. You know why you're smiling? Because you're the inventor of Chatty Snaps.
Perhaps, or I'm in
Right.
good company.
So listen, we're going to have a real simple tete-a-tete. I'm going to ask you a few simple questions.
Okay.
And then you're going to tell not only me, but anybody that's watching about yourself. Okay? All right,
Yeah.
great. Where were you born? And what was it like growing up there?
Ah, wonderful. I was born in Chicago, but I was raised in Norwich, Illinois, and it was pretty idyllic. We lived in a cul-de-sac.
You were raised in Norwich? That's where the pool was that we went to.
Oh, the
right?
Norwich pool, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We were in a cul-de-sac, and I didn't get to cross, or that's where I spent my years until I was in second grade, and then I was allowed to cross the street, and there I met my very, very best friend, Jennifer, who is still my good friend till the day.
Really? How many years is that?
Oh goodness, long time, long time.
Wow. Is she your oldest
Let's say,
friend?
yeah. Well, no, I do have one from 2 years old, but yeah,
From two? Come on now.
I'm being honest.
You got my fist bumping into Chris?
Yes, of course.
All right, so you're from Norwich.
Correct.
And you went to high school there too?
For a year, Ridgewood High School.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Libertyville.
Libertyville. You've been to Libertyville. That's pretty far.
Yeah.
That's near the Wisconsin state line. Yeah?
I would say halfway between Chicago and Wisconsin state line.
And why'd you move there? Did you get a job?
So this is part of my story too about Chatty Snaps. My parents had a small store, a mom and pop store, called Some Other Nuts, and they
Some other nuts.
Some Other Nuts, yep. And they sold bulk nuts, and then that just mushroomed into candies and coffees and gifts, and then we added a coffee shop and greeting cards, and so it was just the quintessential mom and pop store
In
for
downtown
Libertyville.
Libertyville.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. How long did they have the store? Do they still have the store?
No, they had a store 25 years.
25 years.
And then closed in 2005.
Do you have diabetes or do you?
No. Well, yes, probably.
Yeah, all right, from all the candy.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Were your parents real strict about sugar?
No, not at all.
No?
No, I had no boundaries whatsoever.
That's interesting.
Ever.
And then so they sold food items, gift items?
Yep, gift items. So it started with bulk nuts, and then someone said, "Oh, well, do you have a tin to put it in so we can give it as a gift?" And "Oh, do you have the card to go with it?" And so then they got the card, and then they said, "Well, don't you have any chocolate? And don't you have candy?" Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Wow.
Yeah.
So were you in the store all the time as a
All
kid?
the time, all the time. We spent every Saturday there. That's the
Yeah.
only way we were able to make money. So our $5 a day to work the day.
Oh, yeah.
But that was like morning till night because at that time we still lived in Norwich, right, as a little girl. And then we would travel to the store on Saturdays, work the store all day long, and then
Eat sugar.
come home, eat sugar, and then get our $5.
Did it have air conditioning or was it all fan?
The store had air conditioning.
Yeah?
But the cars didn't at the time, right?
Right.
Think of the station wagons, right?
Right. What year was this?
That would have been the late 70s, early 80s.
Okay. What kind of kid were you?
Oh, I was obedient.
Obedient?
Yeah.
Your parents were strict?
I had a rule, and I used to tell my friends this all the time. No, my parents weren't strict. I said, just do what they say, and then you can do whatever you want.
Sure.
And so I had a friend who fought her parents all the time.
Yeah.
And then I used to say, Laura, just do the laundry or make your bed, and then you can go out and stay as long as you want. And I was just very good at doing that.
And why do you think that was? Are you an emotional person?
No, it's weird, but my parents always worked and they were never home. And so we just had to tend to everything. So I had an older sister and brother who kind of raised my younger sister and I. And, we did everything.
Sure.
Yeah.
They must have really liked you, your older brother and sister.
Oh,
What was the age difference?
there were like 7 years between the two sets. my
Oh.
older siblings, and then my younger sister and I.
Wow, that's quite different.
Yeah, so it's like two families.
So you were like watching them make out with their boyfriend and girlfriend?
Oh,
They used to babysit you too?
well,
No.
I think we're a little bit modest about that.
All right, I'm going to move on to
Okay.
another question you found here. Okay, so this is not a question, but this is going to be relevant.
Okay.
So our kids, your two children
Yeah.
and my two children, went to the same elementary school.
Correct.
And you and I hung out in a group of adults
Yep.
with their children.
Correct.
And we all got along pretty well.
I think so.
And our kids had lots of sleepovers
Yes.
and lots of fun.
Yep. Birthday parties. Mm-hmm.
Birthday parties, those are the best.
Yep.
Easter egg hunts, New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Right. Rocco would stay.
Yes.
Everybody would stay. And because of that long relationship, how long was that? It was good. Well, I don't know, 10 years?
I would think, yeah.
12 years?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 11 years?
Yeah, I mean, definitely we saw each other probably every day for 6 years straight.
Straight, all
Yeah.
the parties at school,
Yeah.
all the science fairs.
And
right?
then high school, the kids kind of are independent, so they don't need us holding their hands.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we moved out of the city. We
Yes.
moved away from Porch Park and we went west.
Yes.
And now, but before we did that, after I moved out of my one profession and into something else, you and I were still communicating.
Yeah.
And you told me one day, because you'd seen some of my art or something,
Yeah.
you just knew of it. You said, I have an idea I've been working on with my partner, Alicia, and my husband, your husband, not my husband, your husband, Robert, is an engineer.
Yes.
And he helped you fashion together a very cool and inventive product. And then you asked me to help you brand it and bring it to life visually.
Yeah.
And what is that product?
Oh, so it's like a modern twist on the classic pin back button.
Okay, and what are they called?
We call them chatty snaps.
Chatty snaps.
Yeah.
You told me you had a twist on the pin back button,
Yes.
except this button will snap on.
Correct.
1, 2, 3. Pop it on, pop it off.
Yes.
Why did you create that? I thought it was the coolest thing I'd seen in a long time.
So it had a little bit of an evolution, but our original goal was to get people to start talking to each other face to face, because
With their hands looking at each other.
Exactly,
Yes?
exactly.
And when you say that, I'm jumping in. You're
No,
talking
you're
about
right.
children.
You got it.
You told me
Well,
it was about
children-
children mostly.
Primarily, but Alicia, the co-founder, my fellow co-founder, and I are very gregarious, and we talk to everybody in the grocery line, at the bus stop, wherever, and we find out a lot about a lot of things. Probably that's how I learned about what you did, just starting chatting and starting a conversation. So we wanted to foster that, and especially with young people, because that was kind of the onset of everyone starting to have a cell phone in their hands.
Right.
And that's where the kids were,
Right.
probably mostly in video games, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot of video games.
Yeah.
We did see our kids though. They did play that Beyblade. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
And they had a piece
big
of plastic,
arena, yeah.
the big arena. It was basically like craps.
Yes.
And dice. It was like throwing dice.
I don't think any money was being exchanged.
Oh no, there was a lot of
Maybe
it.
there was.
Those third graders were making some mint.
Yes,
They
that's
were,
probably
when
true.
they were making it rain, especially Cody. He was bringing home some
Yeah, that's
bacon.
true.
That's pretty
That's
funny.
true. That's
So that was about the only game that I saw, and you told me about the chatty snaps.
So, right, we just really wanted to encourage face-to-face conversation. So what did we need? Like a little icebreaker or a catalyst. And, my son was, as a young boy, was really kind of shy. So I was always looking for other kids and trying to find ways to get them to start talking and relate, whether it was something on their t-shirt or what lunchbox they were carrying or whatever. So, and then we wanted something that was like cross-generational, not just for little kids and not just for old people, not just for girls, not just for boys,
Correct.
right? And so we came back to being of a certain generation, pin back buttons, right? With
Yeah.
all our concert memorabilia and stuff
Correct.
on it and stuff. So, but we didn't like the pins, right?
Because they would stick you.
Clothes, they stick you, they fall off, you lose them. And so then we just started doing iterations and came up with the snap.
You don't happen to have a chatty snap with you?
I
do you?
don't. So I'm hoping you can put that in the edit somehow.
I need to text.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to text you and say, bring some chatty snaps. We'll put a picture on the screen.
Sorry, yes, please.
We'll put a picture on the screen.
Please do.
But to be particular, a pin back button,
Uh-huh.
like we used to see in the 70s or the
Correct.
80s at Woodstock or Vote for Ike
Yeah.
or something presidential.
Fab Four.
And it had a pin and you would clip the pin, you could put it on anything.
Yeah.
But your Chatty Snaps replaced that with a snap-on button,
Yes.
much like on a pair of Levi's jeans.
Yep.
I don't know if I can say Levi. On a pair of jeans, the way it snaps.
Exactly.
And you and your husband turned it into all kinds of products that can carry the strength of a snap.
Right.
And it allows this button called a Chatty Snap to be applied.
Yes.
And why are they called Chatty Snaps?
Well,
Besides, you came up with that name.
chatty, right?
Right?
Yeah. It's the talking part, right?
Yeah,
Starting part talking.
Yeah.
And the snap is because that's what it is.
That's what it does.
Yeah. So
it's so obvious.
And it seems like, an obvious thing. And Snapchat was sort of a thing at one time, which played nothing into why we came up with that name.
Right.
But Chatty Snaps was completely available, and so we applied for the trademark, registered it. And,
right.
Yep.
And then
the domains.
And the domain. So you set up the name.
Yep.
You have the idea.
Yep.
You've got a product that is what, 3 inches wide?
1.25.
1.25 wide.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got artwork on it.
Yes.
It's got visuals of all kinds.
Yes, of all kinds.
You can personalize them. It's vanilla until you decorate.
Yes.
And you decorate it a million ways to Sunday.
Correct.
And then that Chatty Snap can be applied to keychains.
Yeah.
It can be applied to backpacks.
Lanyards.
Uh-huh. Anything. You basically put anything you can put a snap on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But you sell. How do you think it's it's a 2-part system, right?
Yes.
The Chatty Snap, the collectible, the thing that makes the kids talk.
Correct.
With the artwork, but then the product on which it.
Yeah, we broadly call that gear, right?
Chatty
Snaps gear.
Thank you.
So all products that are Chatty Snaps ready have that stud to accept the Chatty Snap.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I saw you do early on when we were working on it. That's where I got called in to help you identify, put together a logo and a brand.
Absolutely.
that would reflect your product. I got to be honest with you. It was really easy because it's such a smart idea. Oh. And I think the most obvious thing.
It's been easy for you.
Right.
It was a brilliant design.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Please put up the logo.
It's a great, I'll put up the logo.
It's absolutely amazing.
I had something to do with it. But your idea is really fantastic because when was that? What year was that? Was that 2012 when you told me about this?
I think we incorporated in 2014, but when all that part happened, I don't know if it was prior or after.
I think you and I did. Yeah, we did a little work before you got your first patents.
Yeah.
Right, remember?
Yeah.
I remember. How many patents do you have for Chatty?
3.
You have 3?
Yeah.
And what are those 3 patents?
We have, I think, 1 or 2 what are they called?
Utilitarian?
Yeah, utility patents.
Right.
I think, and then 1 design patent. Or it's a reverse, I can't recall.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Do you have them patented overseas?
No, so don't put that in that.
You didn't hear that. We'll cut it out. Well, it's so that makes it 11 years you've been in business with Chatty Snaps?
Isn't it 14?
I'm an artist.
Oh no, you're right.
I don't use that sound anymore.
Well, we've been doing it since 2014, so you're right. 12 years.
12 years. Okay. I like to. Somebody tell me about rounding things, and I round them up.
Okay.
Because I'd rather be hopeful than doubtful.
I got you.
Okay.
I like that.
So 14 years. We said 14.
No, 12. You were right.
12 years you've been in business. And how are things going now with the super product?
Yeah, fantastic.
Because your number one retail seller, if I say that correctly, is the Learning Center. How do I say
that? Yeah, so the Learning Express franchises.
Thank you. Yes. Learning Express Toys.
Yes.
It's been a while since I said it. Yeah. But Learning Express Toys is your number one retailer of Chatty Snaps.
I would say, them together with a lot of independent toy stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toy stores and gift stores.
And gifts, absolutely.
Gift stores. How many stores do you have Chatty Snaps in?
Oh my gosh. I kind of lost count, but I know we have over 100.
Woo! Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I hope I didn't blow the speaker. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's great.
When I met you, you had 0.
Right.
When I did the identity, you had a few.
Well,
and then you had the Learning Express Toys, right?
Yes.
And you had Rick.
Yes. Yeah. He is a pretty important part. Yeah.
He's a partner in retail because he gave you the shot to get those things out and seen. Yeah.
He did.
And what was your pitch to Rick from Learning Express Toys out in Zurich,
So
Lake Zurich?
Rick is an amazing person. He's been in the business a really long time.
Yes.
He seen trends come and go.
Right.
He knows a hot product when he sees it. He liked our backstory. He liked the collectability of it. He loved how it gets out there, right? It's not something that just stays in a drawer.
Right.
He kind of said it was similar to like Rainbow Loom, where the bracelets would go out into the world, right? And that would help make them successful. So he gave us a shot. He says, "Come prove to me it'll sell," and we had to go out there and demo it for a couple weekends, and then he was willing to put it in there. And, and he is a numbers guy, and we just kept turning the product, and then he pushed it out through all the different franchisees. So it's been really great.
So in what you just said, from my experience having worked as an art director, creative, I know that you just glossed over a whole lot of stuff, right? But what he allowed you to do was build your science.
Yes.
At least in my opinion.
Yes.
Your Chatty Snap science.
Yes.
Because one of the things I remember he said to me when he left is, I saw you working on the POS, the point of sale. How am I going to produce these? How are we going to sell them? You had packaging possibilities. You had keychains hanging, lanyards hanging. We had all these things you and I discussed. Yeah. But the number one thing that I remember Rick said about Chatty Snaps and why he liked it and what I saw was it was in a bin. Part of it was in a bin, and kids and moms and adults could just put their hands into the Chatty Snaps and get a tactile reaction.
Yes.
And pick them up and feel them before they ever said, "Hey, Mom, I want 30 of these."
Correct.
I want 5 hearts. I want 6 American flags, whatever. They come in so many different flavors, right? That's part of it.
And try putting your hands in a jar of pins, right?
Yeah, no,
you can't do it.
Right. You could, maybe if you're a vampire, sucking on your fingers.
Right.
Or, or you're free from things like COVID. Right. But that's my question. Did that ever come up? Because you were selling Chatty Snaps in toy stores during COVID. Did anybody ever say, "Hey, we have to spray these down"?
Oh, well, unfortunately during COVID, like our product is definitely an impulse item. And so, stores were closed, right? They were selling everything through the window. So that was not a great time for Chatty Snaps. And you're right, people didn't want to touch things. But once we got past that, it's like they picked up right where they left off.
Sure.
Because they were really on a, upward trajectory.
Yeah, and they like Chatty Snaps. I mean, it's really cool.
Yes.
It's accessible too.
Yes. And I think once the stores opened up again, like they just flew off the shelves because people were so hungry to like have real experiences.
Yes, in the store.
Yeah.
What touching
they didn't want virtual. They didn't want virtual, right?
Boo, AI, boo. As we're talking, when I think about Chatty Snaps, because you see a lot of them all at once, you know what it's like? I think it's almost like visual popcorn, right?
I like that.
They come in the store. I saw the kid do. They come in the store, and the kid sticks his hand in there, and then he's just looking around. And he's touching all of them in there, right? And then he picks a few out. He tells his mom he wants to buy them, but then that leads to all the other things in the store because they're hanging out at Chatty Snaps.
Correct.
Just looking at them left and right. Yeah.
Right, and then the assortment changes constantly, right? So it just encourages repeat business. So that's like another fundamental thing of what we want to do. Coming from a small business, I really wanted a product that would help small businesses, right? Yeah. Especially independents, because we were independent. So we've kind of maintained that by not selling on Amazon, and and then having a reason for people to come back to the store, every month to see a new assortment.
The retail store or your online store. Don't you have an online store?
So we do have an online store. We sell B2B. Not a lot, because we really, like I said, our main goal was really to help independent toy stores. I think that's going back to my roots, right?
Sure. B2B meaning only to businesses.
Yes.
And you sell wholesale.
Yes, because I wanted to support. I wanted to support the small businesses.
Sure. So you don't sell it to Joe Schmo, like somebody like me that says, "I want to get like 20 of these and I want my face on there."
Well, I could do that.
You could.
But I'd rather you go to your local toy store, or local gift store, and say, "Hey, can you get these for me?" Right.
Right.
And we have really great relationships with all our retailers, and it's really easy to do.
And I can go online at your website, chattysnaps.com, and I can see where you're selling it?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. And then you have the gear plus the Chatty Snaps.
Correct.
Is the gear expensive?
No, in fact, most And this is another thing. We really wanted to try to make everything in the USA that we could. So most of our products, our gear is made in the USA, and it's very reasonable. So I
You
like
don't hear that often.
yeah. So our key rings retail for around $10, and the snaps retail for $2. So
And the key rings, if I remember, you had a 5 snap and a 3 snap, or they used all
a
3
2
snap?
and a 3.
A 2 and a 3.
Yeah.
I was way off. No, I wasn't. 2 plus 3 equals 5. See, I told
See,
you.
you are a math major. Maybe.
Up until 7th grade, I was good with math, and then it just went out the window. That's amazing. What kind of designs are you creating now? Do you have a bunch of freelancers, illustrators that do your work to create them?
You know what? That is one of our biggest challenges is finding a way to really support artists
Sure.
in a way that they can make money, right?
Right.
I mean, I don't want them to give up. I'd say it. I respect their work, and I don't want them to give it to us for free, right?
Right.
So we're trying to work out a way, and maybe some of your listeners can help.
Sure.
You know,
Watchers.
yeah, watchers, right? Help find a way so that we can, work synergistically, right? We can use your artwork on Chatty Snaps to help promote your artwork. Maybe they're limited runs, a collectible type thing. So that's one thing that we're working on. We're really looking for artists who want to do something.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And so if I'm an artist
There you
and
go.
I want to contact you and I
Yeah.
want to make my own Chatty Snaps, I have a bunch of great ideas.
Yeah.
What would I do? Would I go online? Is there a contact on your website or an email that I would write to? Do I write to you?
Sure. So the best way, yes, go to our website. We have a contact us page, but just chatty@chattysnaps.com.
ChattySnaps.com.
Yes.
We like to be clear and definitive.
Yes,
Sometimes
thank you.
people are doing other things. They're not listening, they're just watching.
Yeah. So chatty@chattysnaps.com. Artists who want to share their work and find another outlet for it, and then we can place those things in all our retailers and help expose them. So anything that would be on our site would take note to or even like link to the artist page.
Sure,
So-
sure. Now, one of the prototypes, or a couple of them that I saw early on, were some denim jackets.
Yeah.
You remember that? If I remember
Yes.
correctly, you had them loaded up with a few Chatty Snaps.
Yes.
I think you had a jean jacket that you had on
Yes.
that can be applied with Chatty
Yes,
Snaps.
yes.
So I think there's room for doing really personal, kind of artistic endeavors with Chatty Snaps.
Absolutely,
Right,
absolutely.
right.
I mean, there's a tool that you can make any jean jacket Chatty Snaps ready, but it would be great. And we're working on an iteration of having shoes Chatty Snap ready. So think of like a Converse or Chuck Taylor.
With a bunch of snaps that are empty.
Yes.
That's
so then
really
you can
interesting.
personalize, and then maybe we can work with a no, what's the word I'm looking for?
Apparel?
An apparel line, right?
Yeah,
So
sure.
that we could have hats and jean jackets that are all Chatty Snaps ready or co-branded.
So with that idea, we talked about 1 1/4. All the Chatty Snaps are 1 1/4.
They are.
Do you have a different size in mind when you think about some other possibilities like the shoes? Do they remain 1 1/4 or do they get smaller? Do you have 3 sizes versus 1?
Well, 1 1/4 is really like
Perfect.
perfect.
Perfect for the snap.
Perfect for the snap, and it works.
It works.
It just
Right.
really works. I don't know how else to say it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix
There
it.
you go.
All right. Well, listen, we could talk about Chatty Snaps all day long, but let's tell them how to get in contact with you. Tell them who you are and the best way that you'd like someone to get in
Yeah,
contact.
so Scott's right, Annalee Oakley. I can be reached at Annalee@chattysnaps.com or Chatty@chattysnaps.com, and our co-founder Alicia, ALICIA, at chattysnaps.com. We're a small shop. We respond to all of those emails,
And you're on Instagram.
we are on Instagram.
Are you on
We
TikTok?
have TikTok, Facebook.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
And do you frequent those sites? Are you hanging around the hood on social? Are you just sort of lurking, waiting for people to talk to you?
Well, you'll find a lot of good stuff on there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, good. Well, this has been really interesting. Thank you for coming in. See, it's not that hard, right? Yeah, we'll see. My name is Scott Anderson. I'm at Studio 28 at the Dog and Pony Show TV on Instagram. You can also find me at Scotty Rocks or at Anderson_camera. This is Annalee from Chatty Snaps at chattysnaps.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on. I don't know how to finish this.
Great Scott.
Great Scott. Thanks a lot.
Love it. Thank you.